coming. Yo.
And I wanted to be clear. This selection was out of my collection at my own house. We're actually at my brother's house right now, so I just wanted to clear the air that we have separate selections. So we're about to get into my 11 favorite sneakers right now. Man, listen. You can say Saucony, you can say Saucony, wherever you come from. But these J Tips, Saucony joints right here, man, amazing. I really feel like these are definitely could be a contender of sneaker of the year. They're definitely in my top 10. If you feel a different way, that's fine. But me, these are it. These are definitely gonna get a lot of wear this spring, this summer. The colors, the execution on these to me are immaculate. Even the box details. And this is honestly the saying, I love you, but I'm busy. I feel like that's real relatable for anybody that that's doing stuff with their life or at least have aspirations and dreams. But the box, the presentation, the quality, I definitely feel like these can be definitely mentioned in the top 10. Put those aside. These right here, copper foams. I know they're probably sitting at your local detail R right now, but listen, these for me, back in 2010 when these originally released, I got my first job. Shout out to Giant for y'all hiring me back in the day. When I got my first check, these are the first shoes I bought. My pops thought I was crazy because $200 at the time was a lot of money, especially for a pair of shoes. But when coming from foam posits towards the DMV, this is definitely this is top three. I feel like especially in my era when I started collecting, if you had the eggplants, the Royals, and these, bro, you was that guy. It's that serious. But anytime this shoe comes out, I'm always gonna show it love. This is just an amazing, like the simple concept of these. Obviously, everybody knows Penny Hardaway and literally making a penny colorway. I thought that was just excellent. But yeah, these are amazing. Let's move on to these are my favorite nines. I know that these just came out, but I had the 2012 version. I actually graduated that year, and I remember them coming out, and I had to have them. I love these way more because of the quality. The ones in 2012 were super shiny. I really didn't care for that quality, but they made these right. I've actually wore these a lot. I need to clean them, to be honest with you. But these are the best nines, arguably. Maybe you could put the charcoals in the same category, but these to me are the best nines ever made. It's a shame that Jordan couldn't wear these on the court. He wore them for a commercial, or not commercial. He was on a poster. Y'all remember that he had the crazy looking sweater set, or it was like a crew neck and some shorts. Y'all gonna see it at the bottom. Man, all hype aside, these right here. Yes, I have the navy ones, but I don't think they're ever going to top these. These were still to this day immaculate to me. Y'all know what these are: SBs, the fours, the pine greens. Some people will say that the navy ones are easier to wear, but this is the one that started it all. And honestly, this is the one that shaped the Jordan 4s of what we get now. So those white cement 4s we about to get, those bread reimagines, the military blue 4s. This is the reason why we're getting that shape. And this shoe is immaculate. I had to actually double up on these. So this is actually a DS pair. I love this shoe so much. But yeah, the SB4s, man. Oh yeah, if you get the navy ones, you can go ahead and get them for the low now, cause they going for damn near a little bit over retail. And I'm not knocking them, I have them myself, but It's just crazy to see the market change drastically how it has. Now I'm about to get into a shoe that y'all probably don't have, and you had to grow up in an era that had these. It comes with a replacement box. Unfortunately, the guy that had them didn't. I don't know what he did with his box, but these right here, the CEO Jordan 16s, and they only made, I think if I'm not mistaken, 2,300 pairs. My joints is numbered to 1,025. But yeah, yeah, these are amazing. I haven't worn them yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just got them a couple weeks ago. They've been on my radar. The reason why I do have this shoe, when I was coming up in middle school, Jordan 16s, 17s, 18s, my pops was not buying them. But you know, the people that lived in my neighborhood, some of them had them. I remember when I was actually in middle school, when they started bringing out the countdown packages. I wanted the bread ones. I could never get them, but this is to me, this being limited and I can actually get my hands on them. I was like, let me just go ahead and get these. Hopefully, we get some more 16s in the future. These, honestly, man, only 350. I feel like that's a reasonable price, and they're brand new. They're a little yellowed. Obviously, these came out in 2016, but I thought 350 was a great price. I wish I had the original box, but I'm not gonna wear the box, so I could care less. But this is an amazing shoe. I've always loved the 16s. Fun fact: I actually like the 16 more than the 17s. CEOs or boardroom. That's what they were called. But this is one of my favorite 16s. The color is basically black, and then the Charlotte Hornets color. So, speaking of 17s, all hype aside, not because these were limited, I actually love this colorway. The Lightnings are my favorite, but these UNCs, these are just, I haven't, they're so beautiful, I haven't even worn them yet. I plan on wearing them probably honestly this summer. I had them for a while now, but I just haven't got to wear them yet. But these are fresh. I'm team keep the sticker on until it falls off. I just like the way it looks. A lot of people be like, oh, take the sticker off. I leave it on until it falls off. But yeah, the Jordan 17s. I think honestly, why I like the older Jordans because I actually was able to see Jordan play on the Wizards with not this colorway, but this shoe. It was so many shoes at that time, like the 16s, 17s, the 18s. I didn't really care for the 19s because to me they were like church shoes, but the 17s were really like cool. I just like the way they look. The high ones were okay. I like the what was it? The original ones that were like navy blue. I like those. The red ones were cool. Hopefully we get to see more in the future. I heard they got a collab coming out that are red and white. I think it's like Infinity something. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I've seen them like literally today. Hopefully those are not hard to get. I will definitely have those in the collection. All right, gonna move on to the next one. Okay, look. These right here. I love these. I feel like they're not getting the props they deserve because of the timing. I originally did have the original two, the Storm Blues and the Black Toes. Y'all see that price? That's why I do not have them anymore. But I was happy for them to come back out. This is to me it was great execution. The only thing I honestly don't like about this shoe, and you'll probably hear a lot of people say the same thing, I don't like the Jordan Air or Nike Air tag. It really literally feels like paper mache or like paper. Like it just doesn't feel like it's like sturdy enough. But otherwise than that, I feel like it was a great shoe. Union, please give us the UNC and Royals. We need those ASAP. Please don't wait too long. I understand y'all made those a friends and family, but we need those ASAP. I haven't even worn these yet. I plan on wearing them probably honestly in the summertime, but these were definitely they're definitely on my top 10 of this year for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Chicago one in the shadow, and then all the different lace options. If you get bored of one, you can change them out. I love the box too. Actually, I'm gonna leave these out. That's how much I love them. We'll leave them out. These right here, I feel like everybody likes 11 lows if it's connected to Travis Scott, but these are my favorite lows right now.
I saw you grab them too.
Hell yeah, these are amazing. I'm
Damn,
a
they look good.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If y'all could not grab the bread 81 highs, this is literally the next thing to it in low. They literally have the same material, the same build. Obviously, it's a low, but it's literally the same thing. I love what they did with this shoe. It was a surprise to me that they didn't release them to the U.S. So you had to get these either from overseas or you had to pay that retail or resale. I'm sorry, but the resale wasn't like crazy. I think I paid like maybe 220, and I feel like 220 is not that bad. Shipped. So I did pay that price for these. I haven't worn them yet, but they definitely will get worn. Definitely again in the summertime, but I didn't know what lace to go with. Probably going to go black, but I just wanted to see what they look like with the blue lace, just to give it, some difference. I actually have the 2017 Royals that have the black laces in it, so I was like, let me just put the blue lace in and make them look a little different. But these are definitely in my top 10 of the year already, and I
So
would,
those are 85s.
yes,
Okay.
85 cut. Let me see here. Oh, these right here. Y'all probably, some people probably got their hands on if you in the DC area. I meant to actually put these in the first video, but these right here, I don't even have to introduce these. Y'all know what these are. White cement fours. Um, this shoe is just it's just one of those shoes like you just have to have in your collection. If you call yourself a sneakerhead, even if you don't care for Jordans like that, this is like one of the best Jordans that you can have. This version is better than the 2016 version. I'm not even gonna go back and forth with you why. It just is. The materials, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it reminds me of the '99 pair. I actually used to own those back in my time when I was getting older Jordans. But y'all could see that detail with the splatter paint. They literally put it all over the Nike Air, just like the originals. I never had the originals, but I had the '99 pair, and this is how it looked. And if you really look at the netting actually pops out like the '99 pair. They really took their time with these, and I feel like these are going to be. I feel like these are going to do just as good as the black metallic fives, if not worse. So if y'all was do your footwork, whatever you can. If you got to pay somebody to get them for you, just do it. Because these are going to be a problem. This ain't going to be a shoe that's going to be available to you the next day. I don't even think the shoe is going to restock, and if it does, I'll be very surprised. But I would highly recommend this shoe. The material is amazing, and I also wanted to put out. It does have like a harder leather, but I'm trying to tell you the harder leather is actually better than that soft leather. So it's gonna feel kind of like low key stiff, but you wear them a couple times, I promise you, like this is gonna be like your favorite shoe. But another shoe that's definitely top 10 of the year to me. And I also wanted to show the next after these. I wanted to show a shoe that I feel like is slept on. I know people don't really like the silhouette, but I felt like the concept. I also feel like um, the quality on this shoe. I want to shout out Unique Souls, by the way. Look at that price, $50, worn once, OG box and all, everything. And y'all gonna be like, oh, I know why they were $50. But listen, I love Jordan 2s. I know a lot of people don't like Jordan 2s, but these wing or H wing shoes right here are immaculate. If you want to talk about quality leather, if you want to talk about like the extra stuff you get with it, I really feel like this is definitely a slept on sneaker in my collection as well. But I love this shoe. I actually wear these frequently. Um, I just got them honestly like a couple months ago. They've been sitting, and I was like, I'm told myself I'm gonna get them, and I did. I finally did. I feel like if you like Jordan 2s and you like good quality shoes, I feel like this shit needs to be in your collection. 100%. The next shoe I'm going to show, to me, this is my favorite. Okay, we're going to say it's my second favorite. My second favorite Jordan 7. And the reason why I brung these to show is because when I was in high school, mind you, this was when the countdown package was, coming out or just, new. I never forget there was this guy that had these on, and this is like my first Jordan 7 I fell in love with. My first Jordan 7 I really loved, though, was the Bordeaux. The Bordeaux are the best 7s. Like, I could put those side by side with the Raptors, but the Hair 7s right here, these could, to me, these are like my favorite 7s, or I could say my second favorite 7s. But I think more why I like these so much is because when I first saw these are one of the first Jordans. Like, I feel like when I get my own money, I'm going to buy, and I did. This is obviously not the countdown pack version. This is the 2015 version. I made sure I had these. I was going through that time. I don't even know what I was going through, like, size wise. I wish I would have got them in a 9.5, but I ended up getting them in a 10. I hope they do retro these soon, but I love this shoe a lot. And just look at that bottom. I mean, I know they're dirty, but that bottom, the detail, the patterns, like, I don't understand. If you like Jordan 7s, this definitely has to be in your top 3 Jordan 7s. And those are my 11 sneakers. And these right here, man, they are just perfect. So a lot of people didn't like this shoe because they weren't the 2012 version. Don't get me wrong, the 2012 version was right, but it wasn't the OG. This shoe will definitely, man, every time I see him. The 06 pair, funny story about them. My big brother actually had these, and I remember he had this whole, like, white and blue polo, had the tan, the cargos to match. I was like, man, I need those. I need these. So, man, like, I remember he was being nice one day. He let me wear them, and ever since then, man, I've been on the chase for these. But
and I ended up giving them to you too.
Yeah, he gave them to me. So these right here, man, I'm just glad they got the color right. But this colorway, man, the military blues, that's another nostalgic shoe for me, man.
They did get the color right.
I love these, man. They did it right. And I wear my shoes. Y'all can tell that bottom. Look, my baby girl got her sticker on the bottom. I wear these like all the time. These are a banger. I'm glad that Jordan brought these back. This is it right here. 2019. But
those are the ones I didn't get, and I should have got them because they have the Nike on the back of them, right?
Yep.
Fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta get those. Yeah.
These right here, I had to bring these. These are my favorite Jordans of all time. I mean, I don't like how people disrespect the 6, and what I mean by that is I feel like it doesn't get the love it deserves. Like, I think when people associate this shoe, obviously, the black and red, amazing. But y'all gotta realize, man, Jordan did numbers on this shoe, and this is the first shoe that he won a championship with. And the color scheme of this shoe is just immaculate. Like the black suede, that infrared hit. This was my first Jordan that I actually fell in love with. And the fun fact is, I remember my grandma used to go to Rose's. If y'all know what that is, like, that's a very old store. Only the old heads, probably 30 and up, know what that is. Back then, they used to have like these markets and stuff. Like flea markets, yeah, basically. They had this shoe. Mind you, I didn't know what I was buying. I was a little nigga. I didn't know what they were, but I just liked the way the shoe looked. Also, a fun fact, my big brother actually had these, and I took them from him. I ain't gonna lie to you, I took them from him because I love the shoe that much, and I left them outside and they got rain and everything in them.
Oh, you motherfucker! I do remember that.
And he hated me for that, and I understand why.
Yeah, you did.
My favorite version of this shoe, though, they got this right. Don't get me wrong. I love this shoe, but the 2000 infrared 6, that shoe was like literally perfect to me with the retro card, the face box. The infrared was slightly brighter, but that was my favorite shoe. It was an era where I had these. I went back to get all the older Jordans because y'all know. Remember that era when Jordan was putting out that plastic and all that? We didn't want that. We wanted the older Jordans. I've had the 2000 version. Like I probably would say, not even trying to sound funny, but at least over 6 times. And every time I had it, I wore it over and over again. But yeah, this is just my favorite Jordan of all time. I just wish people really felt the same way I did about this shoe. Even the Travis Scott version, y'all not even messing with that with Travis Scott, so that shows that y'all really don't care for 6s like that. But in my heart, these are the best Jordans ever made. These right here, you already know what these are. I don't even have to give them any type of introduction. But the version these are actually the OGs from '95. I actually got these for a steal off of eBay. I think I paid maybe $105 after tax. No cap. They're in immaculate condition. I can't confirm or deny if the person, had them, swapped or anything like that or soul swapped, but these are amazing. I think these mean a lot to me as well, solely because I remember the posters my brother had in the room, Jordan. Back in the 90s, if you had anything Jordan related, Chicago Bulls related, even the Charlotte Hornets at that time, bro, the colors were just amazing. But if I'm not mistaken, mind you, I was a kid, so y'all can fact check me in the comments. I just remember a poster of him dunking in these. I don't know if he was playing against the Supersonics at the time, that green and the red, and then obviously the Bulls jersey. This colorway, this shoe, was just so iconic. If I had to be completely honest, though, the Space Jams are the best.
Yes,
11s.
I agree.
Yeah. As my witness over
2009s.
I used to watch Space Jam religiously. That was my favorite
because I had to watch
movie. Hey, yo, if y'all remember that intro, I had literally a plastic, that little, little whatever, the gold, I forgot, it was little ice or something, whatever. But when that, hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, guess what I was doing? I was dunking on that thing. I didn't have these, but I felt like I had them on, But nah, for real though, the Bread 11s, these right here, man, that's the oldest sneaker I have in my collection, but just from nostalgia and my memories, this will definitely be, I would say, top 10 in my collection for sure. These right here, man, I'm so glad Jordan brought these back. I was very, very young when these originally came out, but the nostalgic feeling I have connected to the Jordan 17 back in 2002 when they released. Obviously, my pops wasn't buying me, Jordans like that. Shout out to Pops though. He, even though he ain't buy me Jordans, he took care of a nigga, man. And the memory I have is actually watching the All-Star game with him. My pops used to record VCR tapes and all that type of stuff, but I was really watching it for, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's always been my player, or my favorite player. But Michael Jordan at that time, he was, he was old, he was retirement, about the, borderline retirement. But I really couldn't believe Jordan missed the dunk. I've never seen that, and he really missed the dunk in these. Also, another nostalgic feeling I have to these is my brother's best friend. Mind you, we're 9 years apart, but our parents would say we're 10 years apart. He actually had the white and red high version, and I remember him coming over to the house with them on. I didn't know what they were. I was young. I really didn't know what they were, but I remember him wearing those, and I'm like, one day I'm going to get a pair of those. Didn't know how, didn't know when, but I ended up getting a pair. Also, what drew me to this exact colorway, I think everybody should give Wale his flowers. I didn't think Nike did enough. Wale is definitely, I would say, top 5 most influential, celebrities. Even we can go off of people in the world. He definitely doesn't get the the recognition he deserves, especially for sneakers. But y'all remember, y'all can look it up right now. Look up 106 in Park Wale or Wale Lightning 17s. I'll never forget him breaking these joints out. I think it was like a Moschino shirt he had on with some dark denim.
It don't even matter, but whatever you had on, made me want them shits.
This
Still ain't got
was
them yet, but
this was just immaculate. And I remember to see it on the sneaker blogs. They were coming back out. I couldn't believe, they were coming back out. They did make them limited, but back to that question of like, what is it worth to you? This is one of the shoes that I was going to get by any means necessary. If I'm going to be honest, I do have the UNC ones too. If I had to compare both, the Lightnings are just killing them by far, but it's still great sneakers. All right, so it may look like all the shoes I do have came out this year, but that's how retros go. You buy the ones that you really like. But these right here, the Black Hat 3s, that guy over there, his best friend had these joints back in 2007 when they last dropped. And I always just wanted a pair. I actually got lucky and got to wear his a couple times. And, that's how I ended up falling in love with them, But no, this shoe really means a lot to me. I actually prefer these over the Black Hat 4s. I know that y'all are going to go crazy in the comments for me saying that, but it's fine. I feel like shoes hold a memory and nostalgia. That's why we keep buying the same shoe over and over again. And no matter how many times this shoe comes out, I'll get it every single time.
Long time coming. Yo, living room like a stock room, dark room pictures. All that whaling, stick a harpoon in them. Rap version of Goku. I made racks off the crack version of Pro Tools. I'm from when crack would impact those who you close to. I don't relax off no stats, homie, that's old news. Let's talk about how my present looking. Time is precious, so I'm pressure cooking. I lace my youngin' with this game to get a better footing. Be here so long as we here. I'ma give them all my extra time like a leap year. I get concierge service. I live fearless, they die nervous.